Hi, how are you? Flips here, and today I will show you how to make a Miituber. This tutorial will have a lot of steps, but I'll try my best to make it easy and simple to follow. But first up, you need to ask yourself a question. Which kind of Mii do you want to turn into a Miituber? Each Nintendo console has Miis, but each of them has had different shading and appearances. For this tutorial, we're going to be using the Nintendo Switch Miis to make a PNGtuber, but you can also follow the steps the same way for the other consoles if you like that kind of specific Mii. Also, if you don't have a Switch or any of the consoles, that's okay. You can go to Nintendo's website and use their built-in Mii Creator that they have to make your Miituber. So, boot up your Switch and head into the Mii Creator. Now that we're in our Mii Creator, you want to click the Edit, and you want to take a screenshot of our idle Mii position here. If you're using a capture card, you can just take a screenshot using whatever application you have on your computer. So I'm gonna select and save it here. You can't see it on your end, but I can. So I'm gonna save this into a folder real quick. There we go. And now I'm gonna go back into it. And now we need to make an eye blinking state for me. So we're gonna go to eyes, and I'm gonna choose this one. As you can see, they're pretty close together. It's because they're cutting into the glasses. So I'm gonna go to position and spread them out a little bit. I'm gonna take another screenshot like that. I'm also gonna take another screenshot using my application. Once again, you can't really see this, but just know I'm doing it. Quickly save it. Alright, perfect. And then that's all you really need to do here. You can go back without saving any changes. Next up, you want to go to your profile page and click on your icon. You want to go to change pose / facial expression. First things first, change pose and have the default state right here. And then you want to go to change facial expression and you can choose any of the open mouths right here. I'm gonna take another screenshot. The reason we need this is that we need an open mouth for me to talk with. So I'm gonna take another screenshot on my computer. One moment. Perfect. Okay. Now we have all three states that we need our Mii in, but we're not done just yet. We need to edit all these states together. If you don't have a capture card, that's okay. You can use the Switch built-in feature to send it to your smartphone. And then you can just upload it to Discord and save it onto your computer. Alright, now you should have all your images saved into a folder. We need to edit the images to make them usable into a PNGtuber. If you have a photo image editing software that you're comfortable using, then you can use that. If you don't, then I recommend Paint.net. It's been my go-to image editing software for 10 years, it's free, and in my opinion, easy to use. I won't show the installation here, but yeah. Alright, so first I'm going to demonstrate how to crop the image. For Paint.net, you can use the middle mouse button to move around the image. And to zoom in, you can hold Control and use the mouse wheel to zoom in. You want to click the rectangle select tool, hold Control, and make sure you're on Replace right over here. Hold Control and just drag over until it's like this. Perfect. Now this should be all that you're seeing. You can do the same thing onto here, so I'm going to hold the middle mouse button to, well, first I have to zoom out. Hold the middle mouse button to move over here. I'm going to hold Control, turn in the mouse wheel to zoom in. Once again, I'm on the rectangle select tool. Make sure you're on Replace. I'm going to hold Control. I'm going to highlight over. And then I'm going to click Crop to Selection. There we go. We'll do the same thing here. I'm going to zoom out, hold Control. I'm going to zoom in by holding Control on my mouse wheel. Make sure I have it selected. Hold Control again to highlight it over. And then crop to selection. Now you should be having something like this, which is all good. Right now you want to save the images again, so that way you have a backup. So I'm gonna go to File and Save As. I'm gonna save it right here. I'm just gonna save it as PNG1. I'm gonna save this as PNG2. You might have saw my Mii change facial expressions, just ignore that. We'll get to that later. But first, we need to remove the background on these images, and thankfully there's a very simple and easy to use website that can do it for you. All the links to these websites and applications are in the description, in case I haven't already mentioned. This website is called Remove Background. It's as simple as it sounds. You just upload an image, any image that you want. So I'm gonna click on the PNG one I made. It's just gonna take a few seconds. And just nicely remove the background for me, and I can just download it. It's pretty simple and easy to use. You can use this for any picture. Doesn't have to be this. But yeah. Alrighty, now you want to head back into Paint.net, or your photo editing images software of choice. And you want to open up the two images that we just removed the background towards. Now already we're halfway done. We have the idle position and the eye blinking position. But first we need to make a talking sprite and a talking eye closed sprite. So let's get started. First, we're going to click on the color picker tool here, right here. We're going to zoom in, hold control, turn the mouse wheel. We're just going to click right near the mouth. This will give it so we have our brush has a similar color to this. Now we're going to go to the brush tool, or the paintbrush, whatever you want to call it. Gonna increase the brush size so it's a little easier. I'm just gonna lightly drag along. Just like that. Now we have the mouth is gone, but it's still pretty noticeable. So to fix that, we're gonna go to the lasso select tool. We're gonna zoom in again. Holding control, we're gonna go around it, just like this. Just go a little bit around it. So now it should be all over the mouth we just covered over. Now you want to go to FX, Blurs, and Gaussian Blur. We're going to increase the radius by however you want. I'm going to increase it by 5. So now it's a little less noticeable, but it's not perfect, but it's nothing we're going to worry about, because we're going to be putting an open mouth over here. But before that, you want to save this as a backup. I recommend saving it, because you're going to be using this a lot more in the future. So I'm going to go quickly make a save of this. Alright, cool. I made a save, and now we're going to go into our open mouth image, right here. I remember I'm using control and the mouse wheel to zoom in. And I'm going to click the magic wand key. And I'm going to click on it, like that. And I'm going to go up here, copy, or you can do Control-C to copy. Either way works. And we're going to go back into the other one. And now we're going to paste, but you can do paste or Control-V. Perfect. Now we have our mouth here. And we're going to expand it a bit. Put it right below our nose. And there we go. It looks like we now have a talking state, but as you can tell, it looks pretty rough. Like, you can easily tell it's pasted in here, but of course, we're going to do the same thing we did with the mouth we covered over. So once again, doing the lasso select tool, and make sure it's on replace. Hold control, and we're going to go around it. Just like so. Going around it. And now, we don't want the whole thing covered, so we're going to go up here, and you want to click subtract. And now once again, we're just going to go around it. You don't need to hold control for this one. So just go around it. All around. Perfect. Now we're going to hold control, and I'm going to zoom back out. And then once again, we're going to go to Effects, Blurs, and Gaussian Blur. I'm not going to do it by 5, that's a little much, so we're just going to go by 3. Okay, that looks a little better. Now we have our open mouth position. You want to save this image. If you see my Miituber putting up a lot of facial expressions, yeah, I'll explain that later. Just ignore that for now. So now we have our open mouth position. Now, we need to make an eye closed position for this open mouth. So we're going to go back in here. We're going to zoom in again by holding control, mouse wheel. We're going to do the color picker tool, and we're going to do the same thing we did with the mouth. Or, yeah. I'm going to click right there, and I'm going to go to paintbrush, and I'm going to paint over it, just like so. There we go. Remember, I'm holding the middle mouse, I'm holding the mouse wheel so I can move around like this. And I'm just lightly painting over the blacks. Do the same thing here. Once you reach the other side, I recommend actually doing it again with the color picker tool, since, you know, all of this is different, technically different colors here, just so it's a little more accurate. So I'm going to keep going around it. Just completely get rid of it. Alright, now that I'm done with that, I'm going to zoom out. Yeah, no eyes. Ain't that great. So once again, looks... you don't... Most people wouldn't notice this, at least from a distance, but you're probably going to notice it. So, we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to go on this lasso select tool, replace, hold control, and I'm going to go all around it here. Going to do the same thing over here. Remember, lasso select, replace. Just going to go all around it here, just so it looks a little better. It's a little more natural. That I'm done, I'm going to effects, blurs, Gaussian blur, and just... I'm going to increase it a little bit. There we go. Alright, that's all fine and good. Alright, next up, we want to go to our closed eye Mii, and we're going to do magic wand again. And we're just going to click on the eyebrow. And we want to hold control, and then click on it again on the other side. So we have two of them selected. Once again, you want to go to copy, and then paste. It's a little more downward than I would like, so I'm gonna... So on my arrow keys, I'm gonna press up. This will make it so the eyes will go up a little bit, and I don't have to manually move them with my mouse. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, there we go. And as you can tell, it obviously looks edited in, just like the mouth. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna go to rectangle select. Once again, make sure you're on replace. Middle mouse wheel to move the interface. I'm going to hold control and zoom in. Now, holding control key, I'm going to click right here. Just move along it like that. I'm getting the outer pieces of it. I'm just going along. Just getting the outer pieces. Just like that. Perfect, now I have this part. Now I'm going to go to the other side. And do the same thing here. Just going to lightly go along it here. The process won't be exactly the same for you guys, since everyone has a different Mii. I'm just showing the process for my Mii, so you have an idea. Alright, perfect. Now we have both of these things here. Now we're going to go to Effects, Blurs, and Gaussian Blur. And we're just going to do 2.0. It doesn't need to be that high. There we go. Now that looks a little more natural, doesn't it? Now, once again, we're going to save this. Alright, I just saved it. Next up, we need to download Veadotube Mini. The link to this website will be in the description. It's Veadotube Mini. It's a simple, lightweight, easy-to-use PNGtuber app. This is what I've been using to, well, make my Miitubers. Just download it right here. The developers deserve your support and more, by the way. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible. Alright, and I am now a deer. Just kidding. When you open Veadotube Mini, this should be the first thing you see. Anyways, you want to go to the, up here, state 1, closed mouth image. You want to replace image. You want to replace the image that you've been saved, so I'm going to open them up right here. Okay. And now I keep turning into a deer. And now we want to go to open mouth image and do the same thing. Replace image, and do the open mouth. Alright. And now I'm shaking while opening my mouth. Don't worry, we're going to change all of this. Once again, we're going to do the same thing. Close mouth, blinking image. Do the same thing here. Make the same, put in the same image you made. And now it should be blinking. There it is. Perfect. And now the final thing, close mouth, blinking image. So we're going to replace it. And there we go. We have made a VTuber. Or a PNGtuber, however you want to call it. We made it. Hooray! Anyways. There's obviously more editing you can do here. You can go to state properties, blink interval, you can change the way you blink, image mode, you can also customize the names. You can do it to state effects, you can do shaking, jump, random move. There's a lot of things you can do here, but personally I don't like the shake. You can do anything you want, anything that they have available. And of course, we're not done just yet. You need to adjust your microphone settings, make sure, you know, your microphone's all hooked up. display settings, because we're going to be using this with OBS Studio, so that way we can, you know, record and use it. There's also program settings, you can mess with that, and avatar settings. You can save this avatar and load other ones, which is pretty nice. So now we need to go to OBS Studio to use this. Okay, so here I am in OBS Studio, and I'm going to make sure your Veadotube Mini is open. You want to go to Add, you want to go to Game Capture. Just make OK. And you want to capture a specific window, and choose Veadotube Mini. Should be the first thing you see. Perfect, here I am, but of course we need to get rid of this blue screen around me. So, but first I'm going to adjust it, so on the bottom here. There we go. And then we're going to go to Game Capture, right click, and we're going to go to Filters. Here we are. And we're going to go to Add, and we're going to do Chroma Key. Press OK. And depending on the color of your Mii, you want to choose blue. I mean, in my case, I am green, so I can't use a green screen. I have to use blue. So, and of course, it looks pretty rough, so we're going to go to Similarity. Going to turn that down a little bit. Looks a little better. Then we're going to smoothness. I want to adjust that. Let's see. That looks a little better. I still see some spots on me though, so I have to fix that. Put down the similarity a little bit. That looks a lot better. Alright, there I am. Okay, so that should close it. And, well, there it is. Should be done here. Yeah, there it is. I have now made my Mii into a Miituber. Ain't that awesome? And of course, but we're not done here yet. As you noticed earlier, my Mii had some facial expressions. But I'm sure you can figure that out. I'm gonna quickly load them in. Give me a moment here. As you can see, I have neutral flips, angry, embarrassed. There it is all right here. I can press these whenever I want, or you can see on the keyboard symbol, I have two, so I can just set it up to a hotkey. Set it up wherever I want. And you might see double, that's because I'm doing two screens at once, whatever. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this tutorial. Mii's have been on the rise the past few weeks, and I want to see it keep going. And it'd be nice to see a wave of Miitubers arrive on the scene, making live streams. I think that'd be a lot of fun. If you have any questions, be sure to ask in the comments. All links will be in the description, and so you can just go down there and click on the website you need. Thank you all so much for watching. I think I'm the only person who have made a Miituber. I could be wrong. Someone in the comments can correct me though, but yeah. It'd be nice if I wasn't the only one doing this. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and eat some flips.